going on, folks? Welcome back to Living Outdoors. So tomorrow is a very special day for me. Tomorrow I'll be fishing Lake Pontchartrain for the first time ever, and it's been on my bucket list fishing Lake Pontchartrain for the longest time. I always heard about the massive trout they catch in there, and it's a different way of fishing than what I'm used to. You know, I'm used to just popping the cork, fishing shallow water, 5 feet of water. Is a deep water for where I'm used to fishing. Lake Pontchartrain, I heard that I'll be fishing like 15 foot of water, 12, and I'll be most likely jigging, you know, and that is a technique that I'm learning. And I used a lot in Venice and all those places that got a little deeper water than south of Homa, like Dularge, Dulac. Those are the places that I used to fish, because I used to live like 30 minutes from those places, and that's the main reason why I never fished Lake Pontchartrain before. I used to live too far away from it, but now I just moved closer to New Orleans, so I'll be fishing a lot of Wrigley's, Lake Pontchartrain, Chalmette, because it's a shorter ride for me now, fishing those new areas than fishing where I used to fish before. But anyways, tomorrow we're gonna be learning new areas. So the only thing I know about Lake Pontchartrain, or the Trestles, that's what I'll be fishing, is that the water's a little deep. I need a little bit of a current to make it happen, and I gotta make sure the jigs get right there on the bottom and jig it off the bottom, and it's gonna be a learning curve. So join me, and please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and join me on this crazy adventure, and see you on the water. So the first thing I'm looking for is this right here. That's bait balls. So I know they got some life around here. So the tide is coming this way, so I'm gonna try to face this tide, and I'm fish the pylons and the trestles, and see if we get some to bite. And we're gonna keep doing that all day. We have we don't have that many people out here today, and we do have a lot of stuff to fish. All right, so got the trolling motor on. I'm gonna put that thing on spot lock. Today we have something called the nip tide, where the tide is not moving too much. So it's not a day that I would pick really to go fishing, but not saltwater fishing at least. But today is the only day that the wind is low. So I figure, you know what, and that's the only way I can fish this week too. So I figure, let me go give it a try, you know what I'm saying? Take a little advantage of this low wind, this calmer water. This place can get really rough, you know? It is what it is. Let's see if we can make something happen. I did see a lot of bait balls, so I'm gonna see if we can get something to bite. So I did a few casts with this jig. Didn't do much really, and I don't see much on my sonar either. But we're gonna give the heavy drop shot a try. Try to keep the bait, the lure, under the pylons for a little longer, and just see if there is something on the bottom right there. And then if that don't work, we're gonna go ahead and make a move to the next set of pylons right there. But this heavy drop shot, something that I learned from Captain Devin on LAFB Elite Group, and been working in Venice too good, like really good. We fished the 30 foot of water, 25, 30 foot of water in Venice, you know. We've been doing really good with it, but let's give it a little try right here, see if maybe they got some lazy fish down there that don't want to mess with that jig. Yeah. Let's go back to the jig. We're gonna keep trying things out until something works. Tell you what though, the water clarity is just perfect. I don't know if you guys can see my bait down there, but I got it's like green. So even though it's a deep tide is still moving a little bit, and that should be just enough to help me catch fish, you know. all we gotta do is keep trying. You know, I'm moving 2 sets of pylons at a time and see if I can find some fish on one of them. But I think I'm doing everything right. Like I said, I never fished this place before, you know. And it's a learning curve, you know. I went to Venice for the first time a few months ago and did pretty good and been doing pretty good the past few trips over there. So if I could figure Venice out, I'm pretty sure I can figure this place out too. And I have a lot of options. I have some reefs that I want to hit. I had some shorelines on the North Shore that I want to hit with some grass beds, and we're gonna try to make something happen today. Yep, that's bottom. That's my 3rd jig head today. All right, let's retie this thing again. Tell you what, though, I love these death grip jig heads. They got a pro and a con. Pro, once you put your lure in here, that suck ain't coming off. And the con is, if you want to swap lures, you're pretty much gonna destroy the lure you had in there before, you know. But just little teeth in here makes super hard for this bait to get out of there. And what I like about them is that when I buy my death grip jig heads, I buy the big pack. That way I'm set for the season. All right, let's go try to get some. So I fished the trestles for about an hour. Didn't get a nibble, lost about 5 jig heads, 6 jig heads. So before this rain gets here, supposed to get a little rain later, I'm gonna hit some spots on the shoreline, on the north shoreline of the lake, where they have, I saw on the maps, they have some grass beds in there. And I'm do a little fishing around there while the lake's calm. And then on the way back, we're gonna try to hit some reefs and maybe fish some other spots on the bridge, you know what I'm saying. Right now I'm trying to explore a little bit. This is my first time fishing here, so let's make a little boat ride and see if we can find some fish on some other spots that I have chosen. Now hang on. So I just pulled up to this spot right here. That's the north shore of the lake, and the water is literally crystal clear, which is good. I don't see no grass yet. I see a lot of sand, and now I just start seeing some grass down there. So my plan really is to cruise along this shoreline. You know, I'm gonna be working this jerk bait, whatever I can think of, and see if we can maybe get some reds out of the shoreline, you know, catch a couple reds and see how that goes. And most importantly, today is a day for me to put my eye on place. I mean, hopefully I'm gonna catch some fish. You know, I got quite a few spots that I want to try as long as the weather lets me. But I want to put my eye on things, you know. I want to fish this north shoreline, and then we're gonna go back to the bridges, fish some other section of the bridges. But right now we're trying to figure something out. We try to learn something, and I'm looking for some grass. Right, so the water right here is pretty as it could be, but I don't see no bait fish sign around. I don't see nothing that tells me that there could be some fish in here. So I'm gonna go back towards the bridges and fish some different areas in there, see if I can lose some more jig heads in there, and keep fishing. I got some reefs that I want to hit in some deeper water. I need to see if I can find them first. And we're gonna keep looking. It's a learning day today, and it is what it is. Well, let's go find some fish. All right, and we're back at the bridges. So I saw the drawbridge just closed, so hopefully they're gonna open so I can get back to my truck. Or maybe I should be able to pass underneath it, I don't know. I might be able to pass underneath, if I put the rods down, I might be able to go underneath this thing if I need to. Oh. Just had my first hit. Well, that's a sign. After 1 hour, 1.5 hour fishing, our first sign of life. Y'all doing any good?
Yeah. Slow down a little bit though.
That's my first one for the day right here.
Yeah, it's slow.
Woo! Yeah, but, huh? That's what I did. I've been fishing for 1 hour, my first bite.
How many hours?
1 hour. It's my first time in here though, it's my very first time in here. Now check this out. Man, that's some big trout in here, huh? They got some big fish in here, huh?
When you fish this bridge, right now the tide's trying to fall with the wind. So you want to be on this side and bring your bait back to the boat.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. I appreciate that. That might be a little too big. All right, let's see how. Yeah. All right, that's 17 pound, 17-inch trout. Yeah, guys, my first Lake Pontchartrain trout. Look at the size of this thing. All right, first Lake Pontchartrain trout.
Hey, where you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been here for about 15 years, but I'm from Brazil.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying where you live at now.
Baton Rouge.
Oh.
So I used to live in Roma. So all my fishing was down there.
Yeah.
But I decided to come in here today and try it out, you know. Whenever I get a chance, check my YouTube channel out, Living Outdoors.
Living outdoors?
Living Outdoors.
Leaving or living?
Living.
Okay.
Living Outdoors.
All right.
I got a couple things in there. Yeah, later on, I'm gonna go ahead and swap to that side. I don't know if my...
Once the tide quits today, there ain't gonna be no more, because this is one of those days where it's there ain't that much tide range.
Yeah, I saw they had a little bit of a deep tide today.
Yeah, and I'm surprised it's moving like it is.
Yeah, the only thing today was the only day I could go out and fish.
Yeah, it's been windy.
Yeah, exactly. I appreciate.
Usually starts in like November.
Yeah, that's what I heard. So I've been fishing like Chalmette, by Bienvenue and all.
Yeah,
But most of my time I've been spending in Venice.
yeah,
And Venice is another beast. Venice is amazing.
yeah.
But I didn't feel like driving that way today.
Right. All right, man, good luck.
All right, y'all chill, man. Thank you. Hey, what's your name?
Ross.
Ross?
Ross.
All right, I'm Felipe.
Nice to meet you.
You too, brother. That's one thing that I love about South Louisiana, guys. So I was fishing here, you know, my first time here. And I just met Ross. The guy that is fishing on the boat right there, you know, he was giving me some tips about the tide here and where to position my boat and all that stuff, you know. So, man, when you're out there fishing, if you can help somebody out, man, you know. One day you might be the one needing the help, you know. Every time I'm fishing an area that I really know and I see people struggling, I always try to be nice about it, and that way everybody can enjoy their time, you know. Everybody's taking a break from work and try to enjoy themselves. Yeah. I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to cross from that side to this side, but my boat made just fine underneath this bridge. If the water was a little higher, I probably wouldn't be able to make it. But now I see everybody fishing on this side, so that was a good tip from Ross right there. Fish on. All right, finally. No need to measure. This one is not too big that I need to throw back and not too small that I need to measure. Yeah, check this out. Nice little 16-inch, nice little trout. And one thing that I figured out over here is all about adjustments. So I was fishing on the north side of the trestles, and the tide wasn't moving much, wasn't doing good, and I did a little running around, and then I ran south a little bit and I saw the water moving a little more, and I started getting bites again. I changed my colors too, you know. I'm throwing that shrimp creole now on a 3/8 ounce jig head, and got a couple bites. I got a fish, so let's keep trying. And then if I spend about 10 minutes on a set of pylons and I'm not catching them, I'm just moving and try to pick up a few bites here and there. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm having a blast, and let's go back, fish some more. Pretty much the way that I'm fishing is right here. I'm casting way under the bridge, and I'm letting my lure, my bait hit the bottom, and then I start jigging it. Let it hit the bottom again and jig it. And trust me, they got a lot of debris down there. You're gonna lose a lot of jig heads. I went through about 10 of them already today. But if that's what it takes to catch some fish, it is what it is. You know, I always buy the bulk pack of death grip jig heads, and I ain't short on jig heads today. I pretty much I cast it out there, leave plenty of slack on your line, let the jig head hit the bottom. As soon as you feel it hit the bottom, start working it. And then not a fish. And that's a nicer one. Actually, that's a very nice trout. That ain't no South Oklahoma trout. Right on the boat. Nice trout. Just like that. Just like that. Another one. Woo, I'm loving this right here. Early this morning, I was fishing a lot. I fished for about an hour, didn't get a nibble. However, the main thing that I noticed that changed from this morning to now was tide moving. Tide is moving much stronger now, and I'm having a little more action than earlier. Water temperature is about 65 degrees, and what I heard is that this place right here really starts to turn on in about November, whenever the water gets to the mid-60 and lower, you know. So that's what's happening right now, you know. I wanted to come in here before, but every time I want to come in here or I have a time to come fish in this place,
the wind is bad, and this lake is pretty big, so you get rough pretty easy. And today I had a little window. I had a nip tide, but it's the only day that I had low wind, so I figured, well, let's just give it hell. So this right here is the trestles. Right behind me, I believe it's called I-11 or I-10, I'm not sure, but they got a bridge right behind me. And I see people fishing there too, so if fish stays over here, I don't see why there wouldn't be no trout over there too on the bridge behind me. So we might give it a try later just to say that we did, you know, but I'm probably gonna stay on these trestles right here until I get tired of it, really. I have all day to fish today and I'm really enjoying this. So I picked up 2 fish out of here and the bite died down. So now we're gonna move to the next set of pilings and see if we can make something happen here. Man, I always heard stories about people catching 3, 4, 5, 7 pound trout here. I never even seen trout that big. Not long ago in Venice, a friend of mine caught a 4 pound and that thing was massive. So I'm hoping to catch something at least close to that in here at some point. Not today, but at some point, just to see what a 5 pound trout look like, you know. I think anybody that fishes for speckled trout or any kind of fish, you want to catch a trophy, you know. But I know that I need to put my time in here and try to figure this place out. But so far the plan's working. Just keep on moving, different sets of pilings, and take my time working the bait in there. Ah, it came off. Man, that was a nice fish too. Damn. That was a nice fish. All right, another one. Almost coming off too. Nice fish. Don't need to measure that one. Oh, it came off. Had another fish came off. That's pretty cool. Yep, that's the price you pay for fishing over here. Jig heads. I broke at least 12 jig heads already. Well, I broke off like about 12 times. But it is what it is. It's the price you gotta pay. So I wanna try something that people swear by it. This Procure thing right here. Because at this point, I'm willing to try anything I can to make this fish bite. I don't know if fish can smell, but they probably can taste. So, ooh, that thing stink. So let's see if we can get a better action using this thing. So it just caught me a freaking ship head on a magic shad. Ain't that some crazy stuff right there? Well, I guess that scent works. Freaking ship's head. Freaking ship's head, one of the best eaten fish you can have right here. Sweet, sweet meat. That one's gonna cook too. Tell you what though, I guess the procure works a little bit, you know, because ship's head is a fish that I usually catch with bad shrimp on the jighead on the bottom, you know, and it might be my first time catching them in artificial like that, but go back to get some more. All right, folks, so here's the plan. I don't want to keep drifting towards them guys fish right there next to me. Want to be a little considerate, you know. So we're gonna go back to the set of islands that we started fishing earlier, and we're gonna work our way back. So let's go back where we were fishing earlier. And then see if we can pick up a few more fish, and then we're gonna make a move. Caught something, I don't know what that could be. Foul hook the speckled trout. Foul hook the speckled trout. Nice speck too. So one thing that I learned is that whenever you fall hook most of these fish, that means that they're not eating. They down there, but they're not eating. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I heard somebody saying. But hey, fish on the boat is a fish on the boat.
If you guys want to support the channel, please check our store down below. And we have t-shirts, we have coffee mugs, we have tumblers, we have koozies, we have all kind of stuff over there. Everything is premium quality. So if you want to support the channel out, if you want to support me, please buy yourself something and help me put some gas on my boat.
Ooh, that's a big trout. Ah, no way. Lost it on the boat. Jesus Christ, man. Man, that was a nice trout too, on the boat, next to the boat. As I was thinking about leaving, and it's about to rain. Actually, the last fish that I caught, I didn't even feel the fish bite me. I just started reeling, the line was heavy. I kind of thought that I was stuck in there for a second. Not a fish. Man, all just fishes. All just fish is nice and healthy. Do one cut down here real quick. So that's 6 trout. Alright, so let me tell you guys what I've been using to fish over here. So whenever I'm jigging for speckled trout, I like to use either a 6.6 or 6.8 foot rod. That's a 6.8 medium action, no, medium power, fast action. That's my go-to setup for jigging for speckled trout. I'm fishing a 14-pound fluorocarbon line, 3/8 ounce jig head. There's a death grip jig head paired up with a matrix shad. That's a shrimp creole color. And that's what's working for me today, you know. My reel is just a 150 size reel with a 7:1 gear ratio, you know. And, as simple as that, you know. A lot of people fish with braided line. I find speckled trout to be a very finicky fish, so that's why I like to fish 14-pound fluorocarbon. Some people just use a leader. I don't like leader too much, so yeah, that's what I'll be using to catch them. Right by the boat. Might be not a ship's head. Not a 4-hoof trout. Right by the boat. Another one bites the dust. That one's full of something. Eight. Got a few more to go. 7 more to go. 7 more, we have a limit. If I can say I caught a limit by myself for my first time fishing here, oh, I would be happy. That's another one. Double check the size. I just want to make sure that's a keeper. Yep, 13 and a half. Another one. Oh, that's a hammer. That's a hammer trout right here. Oh, that's a hammer trout. Boy, look at the size of this fish. That's what we call a hammer trout. That's a Lake Pontchartrain trout. Let me take a picture. Woo! Get some more. Well, we're 4 shy of a limit. And if we catch a limit just in time, we have time to do a little exploring. Not a big trout. I mean, not that big, but it felt big. Nice trout. He more and we have a limit, ladies and gentlemen. 12. 3 more, we have a limit. One thing that I've noticed is this fish, they're not biting pretty good. Pretty much when I'm jigging, I feel the rod heavy and then set the hook. Maybe half of the fish I caught, I actually felt the bite. So I don't know if that's something that happens in here, or if that's how jigging for trout is. You know, most of the time you just don't feel the bite. But we put them on the boat though. And the key to jigging for this fish is that bait gotta get down there. You gotta feel the bottom. So usually I give a little bit of slack and I keep an eye on my line. And usually I can tell in the lure hits the bottom because you get the belly on your line. And then you pop it a couple times, let it hit again. Pop it a couple times until you feel the bottom or see the belly on the line. You know, and just keep doing it until, oh, I had a fish, came off. Until you catch a fish, you know. But if you don't feel the bottom, or if you don't let your jig head get all the way down there, you're not doing right. If you see one of the trout I caught, their belly was all scratched up. So that means, I think, that just fish just sit down there on the bottom, you know. So you gotta make sure the bait get there to them. It's crazy. Every time I move, I go to the next pylon, I catch a fish. Oh my God, that's a big fish. Came off. Man, I was trying to get my net. The sucker came off. Keep this net by me. Second fish I lose by the boat. Oh yeah. Nice fish. 2 more. All right, that's number 14. 1 more. 1 more, and we can call it a limit. Last fish. Please don't come off. And we caught our last fish. And right here, fellas, last fish of the day. Nice yellow mouth. And what a day it was, what a day it was. It's been a fun adventure today, you know. We started this morning pretty slow, did a little moving around, and tide wasn't moving much. Today is a nip tide, supposed to, but after a while I came further south on the trestles and found the water was moving a little better. We started catching fish. We had to grind for them, but we caught our limit. And yeah, I'm happy. Great first time fishing over here. I'll be back here for sure. So if you enjoyed this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and check our store out. Just check down there, down below, and you can find all kind of stuff, premium quality. T-shirts, koozies, coffee mugs, tumblers, you name it, we have it in there. And support a brother out. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.